How many false accusations you got?
0.
It's about to be your first. You want to blow me real quick?
I don't want to blow you.
Pause.
Whoopsie.
So this is just a bigger dick contest.
You know why they're watery? Right, because we're in rain right now, dumbass. I blew 0, so now you're trying to think I smoke weed.
Yep.
That's what's going on. I'm not intoxicated. Sir, I'm not intoxicated. Yeah, I blew 0.
I wear shorts when it's 30 below.
There is a video of a DUI arrest out of Iowa making its way around on the internet, and for good reason. It is a strange DUI arrest. We do about 500 DUI cases every year, and we're going to break this down through our own eyes. These two lawyers have not ever even seen this video before, so you're going to hear their reactions and their legal analysis as it happens. All right, let's get into this DUI video.
Hi there.
How you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
Good.
My name's Officer Winters with the Newton Police Department. The reason I pulled you over is because you have your bright lights on.
Yeah, I have a headlight out, so I just keep my brights on.
Okay, well that's not legal.
Oh, it isn't?
No.
Yeah, I turn them when a car comes by, I turn them off, but like.
Well, you didn't with me.
Oh, you weren't close enough though. You were like, you were a while, yeah, you were a while back.
It has to be within 500 feet.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
And you're not supposed to have your brights on in the city limits.
My fault.
You got your license, registration, insurance with you?
Yeah, I got you.
Heard that.
Is this your car?
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you headed?
Back home.
Where's home?
It's right down.
What are your impressions, like, right off the bat so far?
No slurred speech, gum in his mouth. I think his eyes look clear.
Yeah, he's talking normally. He's answering questions to the best of his ability. He seems pretty fine to me.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll see.
Are you new to town or something?
No.
I just noticed you have Adair County plates.
Yeah, I got it from my grandpa.
Oh.
So bloodshot eyes, right? That's what the officer said. Have you guys ever seen an alcohol-based DUI where they didn't mention red or bloodshot eyes?
No.
Never.
Every single time, right?
Yes,
Correct.
Yes.
He lives in Greenfield, Iowa.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second.
Where are you coming from?
Friend's house.
Okay.
More
Anything
divided
to drink
attention.
over there?
Nope.
I didn't hear what you said. Got your insurance?
Yeah, I got you.
So he does spend some time getting all this stuff together. Pretty normal, or?
I think so.
Yeah. When does he really need this stuff?
That's one that expired in 21.
I got the email version.
So he's using his phone without any problems.
Yeah. We've seen that many times.
Dexterity.
Yeah.
All right, that'll work. I'm going to have you hop out with me, okay?
Cool.
I think it's interesting he didn't run his driver's license to see if he's valid
Yep.
before
Yeah.
asking him to get out of the
Yeah.
car.
Yeah, that's
Or
true.
to see if there's a warrant for his arrest.
You're right. Usually we'll see the officer go back to his squad car, his or her squad car, do that, and oftentimes even reposition. It's a good sign for us, right?
Yes.
A telltale sign that where this is going when the officer will reposition his squad car, so everything is within view of his dash camera.
Car on or off?
You could probably leave the car off.
I bet.
Do me a favor, put your gum on your dash there.
Put my gun like that?
Yeah.
That's a weird request.
Why just spit
We're
it
gonna
out?
go back here.
Can't let her.
You don't have anything on you, no bombs.
Oh, there we go. You got the other officer there.
No bombs, no drugs.
Okay, let's go back here.
Look at the
I'm gonna
conditions.
have you have a seat in my
Look
passenger
great.
seat, okay?
Definitely raining.
Gonna have a seat in the passenger seat?
In the front?
Good. Have a seat right on in there for me, okay?
Not free to leave.
Good point.
Close the door behind you.
What? Why?
Yeah, why? This must be this department's policy.
Yeah, it's a good point. We don't usually see that where
Never.
they're going to put the driver in the police vehicle in the back eventually.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I would argue he's under arrest right now for DUI, and I'd win the petition to rescind the statutory summary suspension all day.
Yeah, let's talk about that, right? So yeah, he's clearly not free.
Not free to leave. No reasonable person would think they're free to leave right now.
I think a big issue here is you don't have to get a ticket. They don't have to tell you you're under arrest to be under arrest. If you're stuck in a squad car, you can't leave, you're under arrest, whether they said it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, the issue is, did the officer have reasonable grounds to believe that he was under the influence of alcohol at the time of arrest? So if you argued right now that he's under arrest, what does he have?
Yep.
He's going to say an odor, bloodshot eyes, and slurred speech, but we didn't see two out of the three of those.
Fumbling for the papers,
Documents, yeah.
maybe
Yeah,
pretty thin
yeah,
in terms of
pretty
making
thin.
a DUI arrest at this point. So yeah, each agencies probably going to have their own policies, but I think the important part for anyone, for this kid or anyone else to understand is that this is an ongoing investigation. This cop's not your buddy. He's not having you sit in the car because, he wants to chat about how you're doing that day.
Yeah, how you played football or the
Exactly.
Chicago Bears.
Yep. He's building a case against you, and it's really helpful if you know that.
Where are you coming from?
Back by, his name is Creighton. It's a friend's house.
Okay. What are you doing at Creighton's house?
We were just hanging out. Had my girlfriend there.
I gotcha. How much have you had to drink tonight?
None.
What do you mean?
Second time.
I had nothing to drink.
What do you mean none? I mean none.
Why would your eyes be watery and bloodshot? I just noticed you have Adair County plates.
Yeah, I got it from my grandpa.
Okay.
Do you want to blow me real quick?
I don't want to blow you.
Pause.
Whoopsie.
We know what he means by that, right? The kid, but
Offering to take a breathalyzer.
yes, he's offering to. That is significant, right? The driver is saying, "Can I please do the breathalyzer?" We don't see that too often. Sometimes, but it's
risky.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
risky, right? Yeah, so maybe gives an indication of whether or not this kid actually was drinking.
We'll probably get there. How old
That's
are you?
funny. 19.
Uh-huh.
19.
Okay.
Oh,
I've
Under
had nothing
21.
to drink.
Yep. So here in Illinois, and I'm sure most states, is zero tolerance.
Correct.
Right? So when you're under 21, you're not allowed to consume alcohol. Doesn't necessarily mean that if you had a sip of alcohol that you're now driving under the influence. You still have to be over the legal limit or intoxicated. But there's different rules in the sense that in most states, and certainly here in Illinois, that they can suspend your license or take action against you simply for drinking anything.
even if you win the DUI.
Even if you win the DUI, right? There can still be some action taken against you and your driver's license because you consumed alcohol, like minor consumption. There's a bunch of tickets and issues that can come up.
Yeah, it's a zero tolerance suspension.
Okay. So your movements in the car with you fumbling over the registration
Yep.
We knew that.
kind of say otherwise.
All right.
And so does the odor of alcohol coming from your person.
Great. Let's do a test and
We'll get to the test.
I can't wait. So what happens if nothing pops up? Do you get in trouble?
No? Why would I get in trouble?
I think that's a totally fair question, right? Like, hey, officer, if you're just dead wrong, what happens? And the answer is
he gets a ticket for the headlights and has a nice night.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't recommend any of this, though. The attitude, the questions, it's all
Yeah.
just trying to gain evidence against him. You're speaking more. It's just things that can be used against you at trial.
So if you obviously don't drink and drive, right? And we don't even know if this kid does, but if you or someone you knew wound up in this position where they're sitting in the passenger seat with an officer who's clearly investigating them for driving under the influence, what's your recommendation? What do you do?
I would say respectfully, officer, I don't want to answer any of your questions and just stay quiet.
Even like the nice stuff, like, oh, you played football, would you answer that?
No, because I think that he's just trying to gain more evidence against you to use at trial, like slurred speech, and little things could be taken like, yeah, I'm home from college. Like, oh, okay, you go to college, you party, you drink, you just don't know what could be used against you later on.
Whether it's used against you like formally in court or even used against you in this officer's head, right? Because
Or in the judge's head, more importantly.
Yeah, that's a great point. Because clearly to me that this officer's got sort of an agenda.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if I would. I'm not sure getting in the squad car was the best play. I mean, the officer definitely ordered him out, but I wouldn't want to be in that close proximity to the officer who's investigating me.
Because you think I'm drinking, but I'm not drinking.
I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
All right, let's find out real quick.
I'm not going to get in trouble for doing what I'm supposed to do.
Can I record it?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's your name?
Generally, especially in public, if you're in your car, you're allowed, in fact, and some people would even recommend that you turn on your video and record that interaction with police. It's pretty common these days and totally legal, unless, it's interfering with the investigation.
Right.
Now you're in the squad car. I think the officer probably has every right to say, no, I'm talking to you here.
I disagree. I think he has no right to privacy there, especially with the body-worn camera recording everything anyways.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see either way on that. But I think the big thing here is this officer is really confident in what he's doing.
Yes.
Despite the fact that he's being a total dick. So
Yeah.
he's not worried about some judge watching this later
Yeah.
because he apparently knows how things are going to go down.
Yep,
Right.
exactly.
And that's a bad sign.
Very
Yes.
confident officer, which is just not the right way to go about
No.
these things. It's an investigation. You should let the facts lead you to the conclusion. It seems like this guy's got an agenda.
Right.
My name's Officer Winters.
So Officer Winters thinks I'm drinking tonight.
Oh, wow.
We're about to do a test, and he's gonna find out I had nothing to drink. He's gonna look stupid.
I kind of hope this guy blows over.
That would be such a bold statement.
So bold.
Carson Dad's name, but got it from Grandpa.
Yep.
All right, so let's go up on the sidewalk here, and I'll talk with you up there, okay? Okay, what I want you to do is follow my finger with your eyes and your eyes only, and do not move your head, okay?
Yep.
Do you have any questions?
Nope.
What color are your eyes?
Hazel.
Hazel, do they ever change colors?
Nope.
Okay, not that you know of. Okay.
Never heard that before.
Never heard that before.
But
Do they ever change colors? Like, if they're not a mood ring, they're my eyes.
so either one of you guys want to tell me what's going on here? What's this test called?
This is the HGN, the first horizontal gaze nystagmus. It just tests for consumption of alcohol, not impairment. But not all the police officers know that, so we'll see what he knows.
Yeah, there's 3 different tests. They're looking for jerking in the eyes at different positions where they hold the stimulus. So they have to pass the stimulus full passes 8 times. And one thing we look for as attorneys, are they swaying while the HGN's going on? So far, I feel like his balance is good and he's not swaying.
Yep. And again, should you do this test if you are in this position?
No.
Even if, let's assume, obviously, this Tayvin here is very confident. Even if you're that confident, should you do this test? What are the drawbacks?
If you do the test and you make any little mistake, they're going to use it as a reason to arrest you. If you don't do the test, they're going to arrest you for sure, right? But they're not going to have any evidence. So when you get to court,
Right.
Yeah, if I literally had not consumed any alcohol, I still wouldn't do the fields. I would do the PBT and be like, see, I'm 0, let me go.
Right.
But I wouldn't ever do the fields.
Right. I mean, jerking of the eyes, right, is how your eyes involuntarily react to the stimulus, the pen or the finger passing in front, is not something that you can control, right?
or see.
Or see.
see on
The
these
officer could just
videos.
testify to that and boom, right there, probable cause.
Exactly. Chicago police have really good body-worn cameras. Like, they're really crisp videos. And you still don't see the jerking of the eyes. I just think it's so right for false positives. And what you said is a great point is there's no way to dispute it. It's the officer's word in this test.
Can you see my finger clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
This is why I like to have another officer's body-worn camera or a squad so you can see the amount of passes.
Let's do it somewhere where there's a straight path.
He knows.
Right here.
There's a straight path right here. It's not very flat.
Get right here.
Is he letting the defendant dictate where the test occurs?
So,
I mean, that way you can't complain later,
All
yeah?
right, so I want you to put your left foot on the
Although
line.
he could.
Okay. Take your right foot, put it in front of your left foot, with the heel of your right foot touching the toe of your left foot, just like this, okay? Stay in this position until I tell you to begin, okay?
Perfect.
You got any questions?
Nope.
officers do have to give specific instructions,
Correct.
right? For this to be, how do you do in terms of the instructions?
So the test is supposed to be done on a dry pavement. So in my opinion, he should have taken him back to the station to do these tests. And I never have seen an officer let the defendant pick the area because it does have to be clear, level, dry.
I mean, half the test is how he stands right now. He's listening. If he can maintain that position without falling over. And so far, so good.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's young, he's tall,
Right.
he's athletic, but I have a hard time standing in
Oh,
the
yeah.
instruction
It's
phase.
hard.
It's very awkward. Your feet are like parallel to each other.
Yep. I mean, someone could pause this and right now go stand with one foot in front of the other, with your hands at your side, and go talk to somebody.
Right,
or
and then listen to somebody.
Right, and see how your upper body is swaying or not swaying. It's not the easiest to do, and you're being tested. To great point, you're being tested right there during this instruction phase, and you don't realize it. So again, would you take this test if you were in his
No.
position?
Absolutely not.
No.
In this position, you're going to take 9 heel-to-toe steps, touching heel-to-toe each time, keeping your arms down to your side, okay?
Gotcha.
It's going to look something just like this. 1, 2, 3. You're going to go all the way up to 9, okay? When you get to your 9th step, leave your front foot on the line. Turn by taking a series of small steps. Turn and take 9 heel-to-toe steps
Wait, you
back.
want me to turn back around?
2, 3, just like I did. You're gonna walk.
After 9 steps?
You're gonna take a series of small steps and take 9 steps back, okay? During this, keep your arms down to your side. Watch your steps. Count your steps out loud, and once you've started walking, do not stop until you've completed the test, okay?
Perfect.
Any problems with your ankles, knees, hips, or back?
There you go.
Just my right ankle.
What's wrong with your right ankle?
Messes up during football.
Okay, does it prevent you from walking?
Just a little bit, but I'll be able to do this.
That's not counting.
So you want to get to 9.
It's
No.
not quite how the test works.
No, that wasn't what the instruction said.
Stops walking 13 steps. Improper turn.
So you hear, let's pause there because you can hear the officer under his breath.
He's leaving notes for himself for when
Yeah.
he later watches the body-worn camera and writes the report. That's common.
I mean, he clearly didn't understand the instructions. I think a lot of people will look at that and say that doesn't necessarily mean he's drunk. It means it's the first time he's doing this. He's walking relatively straight, so he didn't count.
Right.
He is really walking heel to toe, too. I
Yeah.
thought that was good. The very first step, I could hear the officer indicate a clue, and it was tiny. That's what
Yep.
Tristan and I were saying.
Yep.
Don't do these tests. This guy's doing pretty well, and there's still indicators of impairment that are being shown.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're exactly right. This is not a pass-fail test. It's just there are
Correct.
indicators. And you will always find indicators.
Absolutely.
You can always be found.
Come on, man. It's too easy.
See?
Yeah, dumb.
Let's do the breath now. 2 for 2.
Well, sir, I don't believe you are 2 for 2. How many steps did I say to take?
Like 8 or 9?
I said 9. Why'd you take 14 and then 15?
I thought you were going to tell me when to turn.
I said to count your steps out loud.
Just like we talked about. I mean, whether you think he's intoxicated or not, there are absolutely clues in the sense that people say they failed the test. You don't actually fail, but there are absolutely indicators of impairment on paper for this kid now, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Even the second step on the back 9, his foot kind of like grazed against his front foot, like he almost tripped over it. That is an indicator.
And so if this kid does wind up being sober, I mean, that tells me the whole story. I mean, this dude is 19. If he truly is sober, he's 19, an athlete, right? And he's still sort of feet are grazing or he's, making small mistakes on this test. So if this kid can't nail it physically,
Right.
few people can if he's truly sober.
And with your heels and toes together, stand right here in this flat part.
God, you a rookie, bro.
Okay.
Talking
I want you to
shit.
stand with your heels and toes together with your arms down to your side.
This is your first year?
No.
No way.
No.
No way.
When I say begin, I want
How
you
many, how many false accusations you got?
0.
It's about to be your first.
We'll see. What I want you
You know,
to do,
he knows it too. He knows I'm about to pass this shit.
what I want you to do when I say begin.
Bad idea.
100%.
That doesn't help.
Judges don't like that.
No.
Why are you shaking so much?
It's freezing, man. Look at you. You got all these clothes on, and I got shorts on, and it's raining.
Yeah.
And you false accusing me, so of course I'm gonna be a little nervous.
Totally fair in my opinion.
Yeah. You got nothing to say.
I don't see him shaking.
Exactly. Look, you in pants. I'm in shorts, and it's raining now.
I wear shorts when it's 30 below.
Congratulations.
So this is just a bigger dick contest. right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what this is. The kid starts it off. Well, I don't know if he starts it off, but he starts it off in here by, you're a rookie, you're wrong, all this
Yeah.
stuff. Don't say that
Don't
shit.
do that.
No.
Shouldn't even be in this position. You should, ideally, honestly, because this officer already had his mind made up, the best scenario for this kid would already be in the backseat of the cop car, arrested. Because that means, they're no longer doing the test. He's no longer providing them evidence that'll be used against him.
The best thing you can do is be polite and cooperative, but not give up your rights. Yes, sir. No, sir. But that doesn't mean you have to do the fields.
And if you can't be polite, just don't say anything.
Yes.
Just like arrest me or let me go.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then leave it at that.
Keep your legs straight.
You cannot interrupt
Is that
during
6
this
inches
test.
Yep.
The officer can't interrupt him. Yeah.
I got one more test for you. I'm going to check your eyes again, okay?
All right.
I'm going to go in a circular motion around the outside of your face.
He's doing a drug test now. Oh my
Yep.
God.
Great point, right? And you noticed it right there immediately. Is maybe the officer's investigation is changing a little bit. Is that what you think?
Yeah, I think that the officer thinks he actually did pretty damn good on the fields, and he's like, well, let me see if he's under the influence of drugs now.
Right.
Yep.
Because forgetting the counting and all that stuff, whatever. He's standing there without swaying, without falling. He's got good balance. Like, how drunk is he? He forgot to count.
This is an important point, I think, because Officer, they go through. I don't blame the officer for taking them through the tests. Once you start
Sure.
doing the tests, you got to go through.
fit.
You got to go through the
Absolutely.
3 tests, right? But it is pretty hard. I mean, it's an ego hit, I imagine, for an officer at the end to say, "Yeah, you're right."
Especially to this kid
Yeah.
who's kind of.
Yes, that's a great point, right? Like a
Yeah.
perfectly well-mannered, officer might be more apt to say, "You know what? You did okay. Get back in your car. I'm going to give you the ticket for the headlight or whatever." But even in that, that's an ego hit. Now, because of the arguing back and forth, right? I mean,
The next test should be the preliminary breath test. People with zeros,
Absolutely.
let them go.
yes, exactly right.
Just follow my finger with your eyes and your eyes only, and don't move your head, okay?
Gotcha.
It's a lack of convergence test.
Is this validated in Illinois? I've never seen this.
Yeah.
Alright.
If you're a DRE.
Okay.
So, what is a DUI?
It's basically a drug expert. So, like any officer, for the most part, is certified to perform the field sobriety test. But in order to do these tests to see if you're under the influence of drugs, you have to be have extra.
Training the DRE course. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
for the drug recognition expert, right?
And when you're testifying, they actually have to be qualified as
Like
an
as an
expert
expert,
on the
yeah.
stand.
Yep.
But
And it's
yeah.
a different set of tests, right?
It's a whole different set of tests. This is one example.
Yep. So the officers, that's why you noticed immediately that the officers sort of shifting from alcohol-based standard field sobriety tests to now he layered on this drug-based standard field sobriety test. And we're not sure why. He hasn't mentioned anything about drugs or
said he
odor of
smelled
cannabis,
correct.
anything.
Right. There's no. I don't. It seems like the reason is obvious because the kid did well, but that's not a good reason.
What'd you count to?
30.
How'd you count there?
Just did in my head.
1, 2, 3, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
One Mississippi in my head.
Okay. All right, one more test here.
Wait, hold up. Am I able to get this video? Once it, what?
He's already thinking about his YouTube channel.
Yeah, he is.
So would it be easy to do that?
So let's answer that question. I mean, it's a good one. Yes, this is evidence. If this gets charged, right, this is evidence that would be used against him. Absolutely, in his defense attorney would be entitled to this video.
If he's not charged, he could issue a Freedom of Information Act request and get it. But yeah, so we can get this in discovery, but we could not publish it like they can in the state of Illinois. There's an Illinois Supreme Court rule that says only the defendant can watch it with us. We can't even give them their own copy of the videos.
Yes, I wish we could publish the videos.
Kind of make it easier on us.
It
Yeah,
would.
right, yeah.
I mean, we got filing cabinets full of interesting videos.
Let's do this low. 0-0. Ready for it? If it's possible to get negative, that's what I
Smart ass. If you are at all nervous about what you had, we see tons of people say, "Oh, I just had 2 beers." First of all, they're probably full of shit. But
Right.
second of all, I want to prove. Then ego gets involved in a lot of arrests. I want to prove to you that I only had a few beers. Right? Is what we see drivers try to do. And that's just a bad idea. Like you said, it can affect the driver's license. It's probable cause to then put you in handcuffs and put you in the back of the car.
Plus, we got like 3 cases where the person blew under right now. Guess what? They still got
They still got
DUIs. They just got the
DUIs.
A2.
At this point, where we're at, this kid, gets stopped, no bad driving. We've seen how he's acted. He's done the standard field sobriety test. In fact, he's done more standard field sobriety tests probably than were needed. Let's go through 3 scenarios. He blows over the legal limit, which is here in Illinois is 0.08. If he blows over the legal limit, what happens? What should happen in your
He's
criminal
going to be
defense?
put in cuffs and get
Yeah.
at the minimum a DUI, blood alcohol content above 08, just being under the influence of alcohol. He could even try and hit him with some drugs and alcohol because he did all the DRE.
Right.
And if he's under the legal limit, right? His kid's been lying the whole time. He did have a beer, but he's under the legal limit. What do you think?
Same.
Oh, yeah, I think he's gonna charge him with the no blow DUI and the drug DUI and see what sticks.
And
Right.
suspend him
And
for
suspend
zero
him
tolerance.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
And if he blows zeros, what should happen?
Headlight and let him go.
Yeah, it should, but
It should. He could try and get him with a drug, but
I don't see much for that.
I don't see that sticking.
It seemed like
No, because you're showing some very strong signs of impairment.
Am I?
All right, what I want you to do is make a tight seal around this and blow outwards like you're blowing up a balloon, okay?
Ooh.
All right.
You ready?
Yep. Okay, you can relax. So I'm gonna read you Miranda, okay? Right now, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against.
Wow. So the kid blows zeros first time, and
What is
officer rolls right into Miranda.
for what?
This officer has an ego problem.
Yeah.
Yes. And I mean, I would say he has more than an ego problem. He has a legal problem.
Right.
This is
He blew zero.
What about
Come
that
on.
odor of alcohol?
That calls into
Right.
question everything the officer said
Everything.
about like odor and like from what?
His credibility.
Not from him. Not from his breath anyway.
Yep. I think it's incredibly telling that, like, without skipping a beat, that officer went right into Miranda. Right into Miranda. So we just did a breakdown of the 3 scenarios. It sure at least appears that no matter what that outcome was, he knew exactly what he was saying next. Is you have the right to remain, you're under arrest, you have the right to remain silent.
Which means if this kid, when he first talked to the officer, had been like, you know what, officer, I feel fine to drive. Please let me go, or give me a ticket or let me go. He would have been here 25 minutes ago and saved some time and some BS.
He made up his mind as soon
Yeah.
as he pulled him over. None
Yep.
of the tests made any difference to him.
You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you before any question, okay?
Is there?
When's the last time we smoked weed?
I do not remember that.
Tonight?
There you go.
Okay,
No,
well, I, would,
no
I,
weed
I
tonight,
think
right?
it's tonight.
I've had no weed tonight.
Jasper 6:30 down on PBT.
What? Why do you think it's tonight? Why do you think I smoke? I blew zeros, so now you're trying to think I smoke weed.
Yep.
That's what's going on. You can't do that, man. You really can't do
Yes,
that.
they can.
Is he allowed to do that?
Yes, he is.
So I blow zeros and you suspect drugs, man.
This is over the line, no doubt about it. But I mean, we've definitely had cases where, you know, whether it's a below zero or probably more commonly, they refuse. And based on no breathalyzer, based on, you know, a decent performance on the field sobriety test, the officer knows in his head that this is a pretty flimsy case. And then they'll shift it to drugs.
I actually did have a case where they said, I smell an odor of alcohol, did the HGN in the car, and said, have you been drinking tonight? And she was like, no, I'm pregnant. Then they switch it to a drug investigation and get the DRE out there.
I remember that case.
Yeah.
What happened?
I won.
Had to get that in there.
That's what we on? I smoke zeros. So you think I'm on drugs? That's ridiculous.
I mean, this kid's got every right to be pissed off.
Absolutely.
Yes.
During my field sobriety, it is indicative of impairment. So let's be honest.
I'm being honest.
You smoked some weed at your friend's house.
No.
You hit a pin.
Nope.
Why is your field sobriety so poor? And why are you so lethargic and slow moving?
Lethargic. Kid's pretty upbeat. He's aggressive, if anything.
And your eyes are bloodshot.
You know why they're watery? Probably because we're in rain right now, dumbass.
It doesn't affect him in the car or in my car.
Well, I don't know what you're seeing because I can't even see my eyes. I play college football, I told you that. We get tested every Friday.
Yeah, there you go.
Great
Don't
point.
smoke weed.
Today's Saturday.
Okay? It's 30 we say it's on your shit for 30 days. So if I did a test next week, I'd be off the football team. Dumbass. Come on.
Nice.
Come on.
I mean, so
I can
you
see
should
why he's
not
pissed.
call the
I
officer
can see
dumb.
why he's pissed.
I totally see why
Yeah.
he's pissed. I mean, absolutely. Again, I gotta say here, you know, probably not a great
No.
idea.
No.
Not
bad
great.
Especially because
idea.
now you know you're going, you know you're getting charged, right? There will be, this kid should be thinking a judge will be watching this whole video. I'm pretty
Right.
confident in what it is. I'm very confident with, you know, whether or not I'm under the influence. You just gotta shut up now.
Yeah.
You should have shut up earlier.
He should have shut up earlier. This is so tough, though. I mean, he's 19 years
Yeah.
old. It says this is the first time he was in this situation. He's frustrated. He's a human being. Obviously, you shouldn't do this, but you can understand where he's coming from.
Totally right.
I want that video too.
Okay, but I think you're impaired. I think you're under the
You
influence
think
of
I'm
something.
impaired?
Yes.
Well, I'm not.
Why is the officer arguing with him?
Yeah, I
He
don't-
should be in
just arrest
handcuffs.
him.
Just
in the back
arrest
of the
him
car.
or let him go.
Do you want to do a drug recognition evaluation or a drug influence
You
evaluation?
just did
What's
that.
that?
There's an officer who checks your blood pressure, does a whole bunch of
That's
tests.
what I'm familiar with on the
Oh,
DUI.
okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Say no.
So it's clear to me now that this officer is not a DRE, right? He kind of did. He may have the advanced sort of drug DUI testing, you know, credentials, but again, you see that he's now escalate. You talked about escalating the situation. He could arrest him right now for the weed. I think it's a shit case, right? But he could arrest him now for the weed.
Would you file a motion to suppress in this case?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and argue that they elongated the purpose of
Yeah,
the
they got
stop.
nothing.
Right.
They got nothing.
So I spoke with the drug recognition expert, and he said that he's willing to do a drug influence evaluation on you. We would have to go up to the PD.
Right now?
Yep.
Going there anyway.
Right, you're going there anyway. I don't understand.
Why not?
Because you had me out in this damn rain.
We would go to the PD where it's
Well, I
dry.
don't want to do that. I don't want to do that now. I want to go home. You wasted my time.
Turn
Wait.
around, put your bunch back.
I'm not intoxicated. Sir, I'm not intoxicated. I blew zeros.
You can be under the influence of a narcotic.
It could be a narcotic.
I think even that language that the officer uses while the kid's in handcuffs, you could be
you
under the influence of a narcotic.
Right.
Yeah, like you've made the arrest. You need to know if he's under the influence right now.
Yeah.
You made your decision,
Right.
officer.
He pulls out a bag of weed.
So when we used weed last?
It's honestly been so long, I can't remember. I've done it before, but it's been a really long time.
And why is your field sobriety so bad?
It wasn't even bad. I was doing good. At least
Everyone says that.
The only thing I messed up on was not going 9 steps like you said, but I thought you were going to tell me when to move. The only reason I had my brights on is because I had it like, didn't know it was a blue.
Having your brights on in the city limits is illegal.
Yeah, but so is
Give him the fucking ticket and let him go.
Yeah.
Well, that's a big boy.
Go ahead.
Corn fed. And if he were in Chicago, he'd arrest like 150,000 people.
That's right.
Bullshit.
This wedding is torture.
Awesome.
We'll figure it out.
If this was a alcohol-based DUI, his actions, bullshit in the background, would be used against him. That would be, you know, indicative
Somebody's too
of
drunk
impairment.
to shut up and be calm. And
I mean, I get it why the kid's pissed off, right? But like he doesn't know
don't
these
do
things
this.
are still being used against him, still even to this point, to build a case against him.
Yes. Oh, modified Romberg. He did 38 seconds last time. He's got his shoes off this time.
Did you 9 this time?
on a tile.
There you go. He does 9.
It's a pretty good turn.
4, 5, 6. I'm like, no way.
This is actually like so funny. You could actually see the.
Guess what? Get this. And the lieutenant was right next to him too, watching the whole thing, not doing shit about it.
That's so fun.
I know, bro.
Tayvin, whenever you're done there, I'm ready to go for
Whenever you're done with your
They
phone
just
call,
have
take
all
your
the time in
yeah.
the world.
You don't have anybody else to arrest today.
What do we find, officer? What do we determine?
Whenever you're done sending that text, I've got a few more things for you.
Oh, yeah.
We're on the downhills.
All right, we're going to have you do some jumping jacks next. Hey, winners, can I get a 9 iron and a roll of duct tape in here?
Bottom line up front, we're going home tonight, okay? I don't think I have no evidence or no information to suggest that you're under the influence of drugs or alcohol. You know, Officer Winters is a very talented officer.
I wear shorts when it's 30 below.
Congratulations. Is he still here?
Yeah, he's around here.
Can I talk to him?
Oh,
no.
man, this
Bad
kid
idea.
just shut up.
Just go home.
He's pushing it. What a boss, though. Good move.
Because it could turn any other way in a second.
Resisting.
Exactly.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, you know how many times we
Assault piece of.
You know how bad Winners wanted to charge him with something? Just give him a reason.
Yup, exactly. So. I love this kid's attitude.
So, I
buddy.
just want to know, like, how does it feel?
How does it feel for what?
Remember I told you when you first pulled me over?
I had nothing to drink. He's gonna look stupid.
You're like, you're impaired. You're on drugs. You drink alcohol. Turns out I'm not. Really dumb decision by you today. I'm really disappointed in how you can't about your
I
drugs.
based my decision on your field sobriety tests.
Was it really failed though? It was pouring outside. It was terrible cement.
The way I first spoke with you and your movements, I believe something was off.
That's crazy, man.
Wow.
Was this your first false accusation?
No,
You said it was.
I've been wrong many times.
Yeah, I can tell. Terrible.
Good job.
Terrible. I hope you do better than that
Next time, I would recommend asking for clarification. If you don't understand something, ask.
But I didn't need to do all this extra shit.
Okay. Well, that's why we offer the test to you. Is
Like, you wasted my night. 3 hours. Was it 3 or 2 hours?
I don't know.
We can't have this happen in Newton, man. I love Newton.
Okay.
I want you to do a better job than that.
Okay.
Oh wow, this turned into like a father-son combo.
I'm a good guy. I don't have any record, and you do that to me. But we just gotta do better than that, man.
We gotta do better than that.
We just gotta do better than that. I deserve an apology.
What?
Said I deserve an apology.
Damn, that shit feel good.
So
Mic
this
drop.
kid- I love this. I mean, at the end, I mean, not advisable at all.
No.
But
Hilarious.
fucking
nonetheless.
legend.
Yeah.
Like, he gave him the dad talk.
He
I'm not
also-
mad. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, but you gotta do better in the future.
Yeah, we gotta do better. That
People
was-
could have been murdered while I was going through this bullshit.
Yes.
Imagine all the other people with the headlight out you missed while you were wasting your time with me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Imagine all the other
Epidemic
people
around
out there.
exactly.
Yeah.
This whole place is anarchy. People are driving around without the missing headlight. So this kid goes on to file a lawsuit against the police officer in the department. That's my understanding. You know, that's a tough argument. The thing I want to talk about here is actually what the kid asked in the car, which is, what happens if you're wrong? The officer's quick response was, nothing.
I don't have to be right or whatever he said.
Yeah. And unfortunately, that's true. This thing called qualified immunity, it makes it very, very hard to sue the police department or an individual police officer acting in his, capacity as an officer. But you know what? I don't know. I love to see the kids, moxie on this and trying to right the wrong.
Yeah, I mean, his right to privacy, his right to be free from unlawful searches and seizures, that was all violated during this super long stop. They searched the car illegally. I don't blame him for pursuing that, legal lawsuit.
Yep.
My big takeaway from this would be, though, that kid was actually sober.
Yes.
100%.
Okay, if he was not actually sober, oh my God, would that have gone bad for him?
For
Like,
sure.
if you're the guy that had one beer, you do not want to be this kid, even if you only had one beer, because you were going to enter a world of problems.
Exactly.
Yes.
The only way you want to be this kid is if you are 100% certain that you are 100% sober.
And you have like 6 hours to kill.
Yep.
yeah, and you got nothing but time.
You're right. I mean, we do see so many where people believe they're under the legal limit. They had a couple drinks or whatever. They believe they're under the legal limit. Maybe it is the couple drinks that gets them this sort of, bravado, right? And then they try to prove their point. And to
don't
your
do that.
point, bad idea. Like, it breaks so bad. He does not have to. If this kid had blown a .01, I think they got a DUI arrest.
Correct.
Or at least, he'd be in court fighting this DUI
Yeah.
arrest, right? He wouldn't have been released without charges.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely knew that he hadn't consumed any alcohol and didn't consume any weed. He said multiple times he played football. He gets drug tested every week, but yeah. And I think, too, your blood alcohol content is a very tricky thing. You might think that you're under the limit, but you don't know that until you take like a breath test.
Right.
Tristan, Kelly, thanks for watching. I mean, you guys watch enough DUI arrest videos from our own clients. I made you watch this another one, so thank you.
It was a pretty good one.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Good, you're good.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. Well, thank you for your input on it and your breakdown analysis of this as a DUI lawyer yourselves. So, guys, let us know what you think. Should this kid pursue a lawsuit against the police department and Officer Winters?